Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boys Mo and Lottie. And today we're going to be reviewing the Boys spinoff Gen V. It dropped its first 3 episodes entitled God You, First Day, and hashtag Think Brink. And that's all coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, what did we think about them? And should you be watching? And before we get into this review, get down there and hit like on this video. Lottie, The Boys is awesome, and you know what's the best thing about awesome things? It's spin-offs of awesome things. And so we heard with much anticipation last year, in the midst of the continuing pandemic, that they were going to be shooting this show about college-age soups and all of the shenanigans they get up to in college. So you remember your college days and all of the hedonism and just tomfoolery, and you didn't have superpowers, Lottie. So you can just imagine what it's like with in the Boys universe. So you were really excited for this, right?
Yeah, I wanted to see this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Basically, we know the craziness of the Boys, so throw college kids in there, and so they dropped 3 episodes, and we're just going to talk about them real quick and say what we feel about them. I'm gonna, for me personally, just I'm not even gonna, hide the lead. I thought this was really good. Uh, it is, like it has not missed a step as far as the Boys universe, in terms of how it's presenting everything. It's the same, general idea. The only thing I'd say is, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you think I'm wrong about this, but the characters aren't all pieces of crap. Is that fair to say?
Mm,
I mean, well, you know what I mean.
I
What I
was.
mean is, like, when we started watching The
Yeah.
Boys, you were just like, oh, 85% of these people on this show are shitty, but on this one, it's the opposite.
Yeah. I feel like it's they kind of said something about it that I forgot and I didn't really think about. This is like the first generation of soups that realize you're not special. Your parents are just assholes and experimenting on you.
It's so real. Oh my, yeah. We don't often think about. We're in the midst of watching The Boys and worried about Homelander lasering people's faces off and stuff like that. We don't really think about. Oh, wait a minute. This revelation is huge for like who knows how many kids, and now they're looking at their parents. So it'd be kind of like if you found out that your parents once tried to sell you into slavery. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
but and they were like, well, but it was so that you could have a better life. And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
And
It's just like, why? Just so you can. You just really just. It's basically almost every parent that did that to their child. I
sucks.
almost want to say 100%, but it's like 95% of them are pieces of shit
Yeah.
because there's just no reason to do it. There's literally no reason to do that to your child. And that's why it's like after hearing that, it made me relook at the first episode and be like, eh.
Well,
And like I was just like I felt,
yeah.
we haven't talked about it, but afterwards I'm like, eh.
Well, I think we can talk because I think this is sort of hinted at in the, but there's a, apparently in the world of The Boys, like in all of the comic books, it seems like, oh, I found my new power. Oh, that's cool, and it's all like real picturesque. But in the world of The Boys, when your powers manifest, you may hurt someone or kill them or kill someone you love. And so
Ugh.
that's the sort of thing that is totally like in this world where there are people that are super strong and fast and they're regular old people. It's totally possible for someone to accidentally kill someone, and we see that a couple times in this one. But I mean, this show, I think, does a good job of really quickly introducing the cast of characters. There's a bunch of characters, and to give you a reason to give a shit about any of them, and also show, hey, they're all they are not shitty yet, but they could be down the path of shittiness. And this follows several characters, or the title character, or not the title character, but the main character, who's Marie, and she's got these powers to like telepathically control blood, and can
Uh,
use it as weapons. And then you have like, and she gets, she really wants to get into this college, Godolkin U, and that's where all the soups teens go to train. And like, if you want to get onto the seven, that's how it all works. And she really, really, really wants to be a superhero. And then of course she finds out, hey, it's all not what it's cracked up to be, and maybe the path toward that isn't that easy. And also she sort of got her back up against the wall because she has to make it in this place, or else, her life is going to be horrible. Um, oh, go ahead.
can I say like the first scene of when she manifests her power is the trifecta of the make me cringe and feel uncomfortable as most as possible. Because first of all, I have a very, very like, and it's nothing to do with anything or being sexist or anything like that, but it's just something about period blood just makes me so uncomfortable. It's just
You're
something
that it,
about it.
you're
And
so dude.
then
You're the so Nigerian. That is.
but it's nothing to do. It's just something.
I know.
It's like blood coming out, and then it started moving around, and then it became. I just like I was eating during when that scene happened, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna need a drink. I need a drink. I'm gonna need a drink to finish this. I paused it, got up, and made a drink because I said, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to get through." And it's just every time. And then another thing that gets me that I hate seeing in movies is self mutilation when a person cuts themselves, and I'm just like, it's just. Oh, it's making my skin crawl
Right.
just thinking about it. And then see and listen, that is the most realistic blood I've seen. Like I gotta give it like A1. When I'm talking about like someone using blood powers, it's the most realistic when it's finished. It because after she shoots it out and it falls on the ground, I'm just like, Jesus. Oh, it's just like, please stop. Remember that part where she was training in the gym? I'm literally going like, please stop, stop, please.
I think it's interesting. Like this show is introducing this idea that the powers are definitely double-edged swords. That
Yeah,
they definitely cut the user as much as they hurt or affect other people. And in particular, we see that with Emma, aka what was her name? Cricket, Little Cricket, who is like Ant-Man but way worse. She has to do something gross in order to like get her powers correct. So like this is, I would say that in the world of the boys, being a soup is actually more like in Marvel Comics being a mutant, where most of the mutants we see are like they look like regular people and they have dope powers, but actually the vast majority of mutants don't have dope powers, and in fact they have some physical manifestation of their mutation that sucks and doesn't let them have really normal lives, or that hurts them or whatever. So it's kind of like that. And I think it's really interesting. Like the top tier, they have a top 10 soups at the university that kind of indicates that maybe you're going to go on to be like a big deal superhero. um and we see some of the past graduates like A Train and the Deep and so forth that were ranked, and so we kind of see that. And then of course, I mean, this is the boys, so not everything's what it seems. Vought is a shitty ass corporate. They're like an amalgamation of every awful corporation that exists in the history of mankind, and they're just like running game basically with these superheroes, and we know that because we watched the boys. But seeing them get to them early on and just jade all of these teens and early 20-year-old superheroes into becoming cogs in this system that props up Vought while they're also doing dirt. I mean, it's just like, this is the boys 100%.
yeah.
um
One thing I do want to mention too is that I hope the girl, the main character, realizes her power is not meant for fighting. Her power is literally to be saving life. That woman should be on EMS, like emergency anything, and should be like keeping people from losing blood and saving people. That is what, like, literally, like, and that's one of the things I'm taking from the show from the first episode, and that's what she's sort of blind of. She should have like realized right then and there, like, oh, this is what my powers are for.
Right.
Save, like, actually saving people, not fighting crime. Like, no, like, I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
but
she
let's
has a
be
good
honest.
reason for it. She has a good reason for wanting to
Oh,
do it.
I understand why her, but but here's the thing. Would fighting crime and killing people with blood powers make your sister think you are less of a monster? Because let's just be honest, in the world of the boys, especially nowadays, and because this is modern day boy, this is not like first season. This is going on in right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People know, a lot of people who are not what's it called, MAGA, think Homelander's a piece of shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They think a lot of Supes are not good people. So, do you really think your sister, who saw you kill people, see you kill people with your blood power, is going to make her think that you're less of a monster? Or do you think your sister would think you're more of a good person if you're actually using your power to save people who are on the brink of death? You see what I'm saying? That's a little bit of her problem, of that she's so hell bent on trying to save, like, be a good role model to her sister, that she's blinded at what her power. Because let's just be honest, her power is the most scariest power in all of the boys. It could either be the most sadistic. She could either become one of the most powerful villains in the entire show, the boys slash hero, or she can be like a godsend. It's up to her. Like, cause listen, if she could bloodbend, Jesus. I don't even think
Yeah.
Homelander wouldn't want to fuck with her.
Yeah. This, I think the interest. Well, I mean, I agree with all of that. But the interesting thing is about this show is that Marie, she is the main character, but there are so many other like really interesting characters going, you know,
Hmm.
in the show. Oh, you have, well, I would say Sam. He comes later. Um, but you had Golden Boy. Some shit happens with him, and it's very interesting. It kind of drives the story. And of course, you have Andre Anderson, who's the son of a superhero, and he's got all this pressure to be just like his dad. You have Jordan, who is like a literal embodiment of non-binariness. Um, Kate, who basically mind control power. She's kind of like the female Purple Man, I guess you could say. And then then you have the Vault executives. We get Ashley from the main show in there, but also they introduce a director of God U, I guess the dean of God U, who she's got ulterior motives, and obviously she knows what's up. So there's basically anyone who works for Vault, you can't trust them. There's a sinister conspiracy going on as usual. There's like secret labs and shit like that. Um, and then there's this big superhero fight and a murder and everything in the first episode that kind of drives the rest of the season and puts Marie in a position of, should she do the right thing or should she do the right thing for herself? And that's kind of the story of everyone. They're sort of figuring out, like, should I do the right thing or the right thing for myself? And I wonder, Lottie, I want to ask you, are these young people who've had the wool pulled from in front of their eyes, who know what's really up, and they're suspicious and they're not stupid, and they know the power of Vault and everything like that, are they going to do the right thing, or are they going to do the right thing for themselves?
Right thing for themselves. They're already showing it. A lot of them already showed it. They're, even with before all this happened, you can already see that they're not like, hey, let's be superheroes to actually save people. They're like, let's make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'm just coasting. There, there, stuff happened where, I mean, at this point, if you're watching a review, we know what happened. Golden Boy's dead. He blew himself up. I'm just saying, it's not even a spoiler. If you're watching this review, it's not a spoiler alert. He blew himself up.
Right.
So, So they're pretty much all working together because they're like scared as hell because Golden Boy blew himself up. And let's be honest, and let's even be honest, our girl, what's her name, Marie?
Yeah.
She kind of did a shitty thing too. When she knows damn well she didn't really do anything with Golden Boy. It was I can't remember the character. The character who is like non-binary, which by
Oh
the
yeah,
way the parents are
that's
stupid.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, the parents are stupid. That's literally your it's your kid's power. At this point, I'm just like, oh, why can't you say a boy? It's your son's power.
He's
Oh my
he's
god.
like I'm not a bigot. I'm just gonna say bigot shit. Uh,
It's just
I
well,
can I tell you a character that I love this character. I love Emma, aka Little Cricket. You talk about getting shit on left, right, and center, and still just being
that is a
doing a boss
she is
move.
a good person, man. She's like the Huey of the show. I just hope and pray. She's
Well,
already done it. Never
yeah,
mind. I forgot she already did it.
she
I was gonna say I hope and pray she doesn't use her powers
no,
to go
she
inside.
yeah
And I'm
she
like, oh
and
yeah,
that was
she
well,
already.
you talk about that boy that set me off. I was like, holy shit, when she did what she did. She did some real Ant-Man shit, but what I what I was thinking about her though is like she's so damaged because of her power sucks. It's good
Yeah,
and also it sucks. So she's damaged by that and by her mom who's not not sad that she gave her compound V. She's actually and she's trying to be a stage mom and all this other shit. And then she just keeps putting her trust in people and they keep fucking her over every time. And maybe Maria will be a good friend to her, maybe she won't. But she's even used by Andre to kind of see about Sam, and there's a real connection there and everything. But like I spent the whole third episode thinking like, nah, this girl's good. It's like I'm so afraid someone is gonna step on her. But man, like so far right now, especially after she did what she did, that's what's up. I'm ready. Like I think this show is really good. Like I don't like it as much as The Boys. That's not a fair comparison because The Boys is so like top tier, but it's really damn close. It's really close to the level that that The Boys ascends to. It's got a good mystery. It's had good action so far, and I'm just really kind of waiting to see like how is this going to pan out. How many of these people are going to die is the question. So, Lottie, any last thoughts?
any last thoughts on
Yeah,
on
on
the
these
show?
first episodes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where episode 3, does she actually get caught or does they not notice her because of how small she is? I'm just very interested to see how the show goes. I know that this is going to be a reoccurring. If she doesn't get caught, I know it's going to be a reoccurring thing of her going down there to talk to the the brother because he's one of the few people that actually listens to her and sees her for what I mean, like who she is, and not really her powers or try to judge. I,
Yeah,
it's very interesting that they didn't make the main character the voice of reason because she did sort of a shitty thing too when she could have done the right thing and help out somebody that actually did save your life. She's like, no, I'm gonna take the moment and steal from you. You know what I mean? And it's just like that kind of was just like, wow. Well, I
yeah.
just know that she's not going to always make the right decision.
Oh, that's what they said. This freshman class is savage. So,
Yeah.
well, anyway, I think we both like this really quite a bit, and we're really looking forward to the next episode. So, anyway, I think that's all of our thoughts on these first 3 episodes. What did you guys think about them? What do you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there, and of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do us a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps with this channel, helps more people to see it, and helps more people to see these videos. All right, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. We're going to talk about episode 4 of Gen V. Until then, I have been Mo, your commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.